Hey friends, Alaska Beard Guy here on this windy day in beautiful Homer, Alaska. Now you might be asking yourself, does your beard look a little different? Yes, it does. Why does it look a little different? Because it is a little bit shorter. Why is it a little bit shorter? Because I did something I always advise people not to do. I tried to trim my own beard. Why would I try to trim my own beard when I'm always advising people not to trim their own beards? Well, I've been going to the same barber for the past 5 years in Soldotna, Alaska. Now I live in Homer, Alaska. Homer, Alaska is about 2 hours away from Soldotna. So I figured, I've seen enough videos. I've watched so many beard trimming videos. I've had to have learned something over the years, so let me just go ahead and try this myself. Now, it has been quite some time since I have tried to trim my own beard. In the past, I have made many mistakes that have eventually caused me on multiple occasions to just shave it off or trim it all down to where I'm just using an attachment on a clipper set, right? I had done, a little bit of light trimming on it, and I had some success. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go in a little bit more. The length was nice, but it was just, I had a lot of flyaways that were just out of control, and I thought, I'm gonna go for the shape and I'm gonna try to do this myself. That was where I made the mistake. Why did I make the mistake? Because, I don't know about you, but when I pick places on my beard to try to hold it out to see how long it is and try to create symmetry and even lengths on each side, I think I'm pulling at the same place on each side, but I'm not, right? So I'll be focused on one, I'll think I have the same spot and I'll pull that out and then I'll try to even that or try to make that as even as I think as possible. Then I go and I do it again at what I think is the same place, but it's not. So then I'm like, oh, well, this side's a little bit longer, so then I cut a little more off. And then I'm like, oh, I do it again. And I'm like, oh, the other side's a little bit longer. So I try to trim a little bit more. I was headed towards self-destruction. A little bit of it I felt pretty comfortable with, but then when I started getting to the length, that's when I was like, yeah, if I keep going with this, I'm going to have to buzz it all down to an attachment length, or I'm going to end up getting so frustrated I shave it off. I do not want to do that. That is the absolute last thing I want to do. So I stopped myself, I mentally forced myself to stop, and I found myself an awesome barber here in Homer, Alaska. His name's Chris at Whetstone Barbers. He listened to all of my concerns. He took the time to show me, the areas where I was getting confused on, trying to even it up. He showed me where I should have actually been, comparing. And he was very patient with me, did a great job. I love the cut. I love the shape of it. He did an awesome job. I had been growing it out for quite some time, and it started to look thin in certain areas, at least to me. I'm glad it's where it's at right now because it's full, it's got a great shape, and I'm gonna try to keep it going with this density, with this thickness. Plus, part of the fun of having a beard is growing it out. So luckily, I did not take it down too much to where I wasn't happy with the shape or wasn't happy with the length or ended up just cutting it all off because of frustration and anxiety. So thank you to Chris at Whetstone Barbers. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll be seeing you the next time I need a beard trim. Because again, please, unless you have professional training or unless you just happen to be blessed with having skills to trim your own beard, leave it to the professionals. On to today's reviews. We've got 2 more beard oils from Willy Oil Company. We've got Wild Willy and Woodlands Willy. If you've been following my previous videos, if you go back to the one that Josh and I did originally on Morning Wood and Moby Dick, you'll get more of the backstory of Willy Oil Company and how James and Barbara Wilborn decided to take what was a project for James and turn it into what is now an amazing business. It's also on their website. You too can read about an issue that they encountered while on vacation in Colorado, which led them to realize how important it was to get their oils out to the public. So check out that video. I'm sure the link is probably floating up here or wherever YouTube decides to put it. So definitely check that out, and let's get on to the reviews. One of the main things that I love about the beard oils from Willy Oil Company is their carrier oil blend. For the ingredients, we've got organic sunflower seed oil, sweet almond oil, jojoba seed oil, apricot kernel oil, proprietary fragrance blend, grapeseed oil, and tocopherol, which is, of course, vitamin E. The oils they use make my skin feel amazing. They make my beard feel soft. They make my beard like full and round, manageable, fluffy. I mean, not every beard oil does that. These do not weigh my beard down. They don't make it feel greasy or oily afterwards. These oils are like clear oils. They just have like, you know, just maybe just ever so light, very light yellow tint to them. They're definitely on the lighter side of a medium weight beard oil, and they absorb so nicely into your skin, into your beard. Like I just mentioned, you know, they leave your beard feeling full, soft, and manageable. What else can I say about that? As far as the scent is concerned, they use up to 5% essential oils for scent. And a lot of companies you'll find only use like 1% essential oil for scent. They're using up to 5%, which is why with some of these you're going to get a more predominant scent and you're going to get more longevity from the scents than you might from other beard oils. So the first one is Wild Willy. Now Wild Willy, as it's described, is cannabis and citrus. So when I first got this, I was very curious to see what this would smell like. I really had a hard time imagining that any beard oil with cannabis as a scent would be something I would enjoy. Before I apply it or anything, I open up the bottle and I sniff, like I'm sure many of you do. And I smelled the citrus. I didn't really smell cannabis. I smelled citrus. You know, it's a nice citrus. You know, it's nothing overpowering, nothing too light. It was just pretty much like a straight up like what you would expect citrus. Barbara had contacted me and she was like, hey, you know, I just wanted to get your initial thoughts. And so I told her, I was like, you know, well, my initial thought on this one is that from the bottle, I don't really smell the cannabis. You know, but I said, well, maybe it's that the cannabis oil, like, you know, maybe it smells differently than like the cannabis smell in the air or the scent from other ways you could have potentially smelled it. You know, that's kind of where I'm at the moment, but I had not applied it yet. Once I applied it, put it in my hands, warmed it up. As soon as I started warming that up, bam, it hit me. Then I put it in the beard. I totally got it. I totally got the cannabis scent at that point. I never imagined it would smell that great. It's a sweet scent with cannabis and that light citrus scent that's blended so nicely with it. Best way I could describe it is that you are at a Grateful Dead concert in the middle of an orange grove. 2 to 3 hours you're gonna like really get that scent like full force. But it's gonna still linger for like 5-6 hours afterwards. It's not gonna be something that is going to be super overpowering, but it is definitely a scent that is noticeable to those around you, especially in those first couple hours. So keep that in mind in case you are around someone who may not want to smell cannabis. I really was absolutely impressed with the scent of this. It's definitely something, like I said, you have to be aware of who you're wearing it around. You may potentially smell like you have been partaking in the cannabis by wearing this. So depending on your circumstances, you may want to take caution when deciding when and where to use this. But it's an absolutely, I found it to be an absolutely fantastic scent. So kudos on that. Next up we have Woodlands Willy. Now this one is described online as having a fresh forest mist scent, like a dense forest after the rain. And I will say, it has a so fresh and so clean scent to it. What I'm primarily getting from it scent-wise is pine, cedar, bergamot, vetiver, and I'm gonna take a swing at this, I think geranium. Like I'm feeling like a geranium. It's got that, you know, hint of like that florally scent, which is why I could see how it would smell like a dense forest after the rain. Because in a forest, you're going to have, you know, like your trees, of course, and you're going to have your flowers. And that rain always kind of like activates the scents. And like I said, you know, it does have a so fresh and so clean scent. In fact, my wife said that it reminded her of Irish Spring, but better, of course. And I have to agree with her. You know, it does have similar scent profile characteristics as an Irish Spring, and also I would compare it with Alfred Sung's Sung Om. If you are familiar with that cologne, definitely check it out. I think it's a bit closer to that than the Irish Spring, but I can definitely see and understand the scent profile characteristics and the similarities that they contain. Obviously, this is a way more complex scent than Irish Spring. So if you're familiar with the Alfred Sung, definitely let me know, leave it in the comments. Let me know if you agree, disagree. We all have different senses. So what I get from it, you might not get. That's what makes us all different. And once again, that's what makes the world turn. So for this one, I get about 3 to 5 hours of that definite full-on scent profile. But this one I feel lingers a bit longer than the Wild Willy. So I'm getting about 7 to 8 hours of lingering out of this one. But this one is definitely not overpowering. This is a very light, clean scent. So don't stress this one being like as strong as some of the other Willy oil scents that are out there. It's a noticeable scent, but it's so smooth and light. I did not find this one at all to be overpowering. Just throw another note in there. This one is my wife's favorite out of all the Willy oil beard oils. This one is her favorite. And this one may be like, if my wife was to put together a top 5 or a top 10, I really have a feeling this one would be in it. These oils come in 2-ounce bottles. They are plastic, so you can see I can push in on it. You don't have to worry about dropping it, shattering it, breaking it. They also have a pump. And if you have watched the previous Willy Oil Company videos that I've made, you will know that this pump is no joke. This is the strongest pump of any beard oil I have ever encountered. You get full force beard oil action from this pump. I feel like, you know how they have like the figures like Kung Fu Grip? This thing is like the Kung Fu Grip of beard oil pumps. It also comes in this, as you can see, it's an opaque bottle, which is going to protect the oil inside from the UV rays and the light, and it's going to basically keep all of the beneficial properties and qualities from the beard oil that you definitely want to put into your beard. And you're typically going to find that these beard oils are $20. That's if you're not getting some kind of promotion. Definitely follow Willy Oil on like Instagram, Facebook, sign up for their newsletter because they do offer discounts. So these are like $20 without discounts, and these are 2-ounce bottles. So, you know, great price, great product. One other thing I want to show you before signing off are these awesome stickers. You got the Willy Oil Company sticker there, and then you also have these larger stickers. Now if you want to see this, check out. So here's my hand. Let me see if I can line this up. You can see like these are larger stickers. You got one for the Wild Willy, of course, and then you've got this one for Willy Oil Company with the website on it, willyoil.com. Thank you again to James and Barbara Wilborn. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on all your favorite social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, @AlaskaBeardGuy. You can also email me at alaskabeardguy@gmail.com. Not at AlaskaBeardGuy. You can email me at alaskabeardguy@gmail.com. There we go. And yeah, until next time, I will bid you all adieu.